afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Brady Mallory is in for Susan, who I talked to today.
Yeah.
She plans to return on Monday.
Oh, good. How's she doing?
She's doing well. Her mother had broke her hip, and she's at home recovering, so she's doing better. And her brother's going down to help out for a while.
Changing of the guard.
Changing of the guard. Sort of like around here. Good to have you. Zorba will be along later on, so start thinking up any medical questions you may have. We'll let you know when to call in. But first, topping the news today, the Greene County Sheriff says they've arrested the man responsible for the shelter-in-place order last night. Reporter Catherine Merck takes us through the hours-long ordeal.
And an alleged drunk driver crashed into a Dane County Sheriff's squad car. And
the national debate over transgendered rights is picking up momentum this week in state houses all across the country. Let's take a look outside. Not a bad day. The smoke continues.
Yeah, a little hazy out there.
Hazy, but a little warmer than yesterday.
And it's hard not to be happy when you're at the lake, even if you're just watching on a screen.
On television.
Yeah.
Rain tonight, dry this weekend. Jacob's in the backyard with the weather details. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Right now it is very nice. Temperatures are right around 70, 75 degrees, but we are dealing with that smoke, and there actually is an air quality alert in effect for all of Wisconsin, and for southern Wisconsin it will stay in effect until midnight tomorrow night. So we're going to continue to deal with the smoky weather tomorrow, and as you look at the current conditions outside, you can kind of see it firsthand. But beyond the smoke, it is just about perfect. 73 degrees, partly sunny skies. South wind at 15 miles per hour has really warmed those temperatures up. Definitely warmer than yesterday, but a lot of that had to do with the wind direction. Now, current temperatures across our area are mostly in the 70s, close to the 80s further west, and in the 60s further east. Now, if we look at the evening forecast, we are going to continue to be dry until sunset. Likely won't see the rain until well after sunset, but we are going to see some rain during the overnight hours, and we're not seeing any across our area right now, but it's starting to develop off to the north and west, and there is a small chance of severe weather. There's a marginal risk in effect northwest of Dane County, a 1 out of 5 risk for possible large hail, damaging winds. Can't count on an isolated tornado, although it's not very likely. I'll take you through the forecast on the rain just a little bit later in the show.
All right, we'll check back, Jacob. Thank you. After hours of negotiations today and a shelter-in-place order last night, the Greene County Sheriff's Office says they found a missing veteran.
Law enforcement spent hours searching for him after callers say he shot a woman, at a woman rather. Catherine Merck joins us from Greene County. So what's it like there, Catherine?
Brady and Mark, we're in a very rural part of Greene County right now, just outside of Blanchard'sville. The scene is clear right now, but this is what we heard last night.
18 from 15. I did interview the female shortly when I picked her up. Suspect should only be armed with a shotgun and a case of beer. He did shoot at her. Again, he did shoot at her.
Officers said the man was considered a veteran at risk after an incident on Hay Hollow Road in rural Blanchard'sville. They believe alcohol and a gun were involved in the incident, with the veteran allegedly firing a gun at someone before running away through a wooded area. The sheriff told me the green alert was sent out of caution and that today he believes there's nothing for the public to worry about.
This is a rural area, a large area, and everybody that we had available to us was on perimeter. So we couldn't go door to door. So we just have to rely on technology.
The sheriff told us that the veteran surrendered after a 4-hour phone conversation with deputies. He was arrested at his home and faces multiple charges, including first-degree reckless endangering safety. Reporting live from Greene County, I'm Catherine Merck, News 3 Now.
Catherine, thank you. Dane County authorities arrested an Illinois man this morning after he crashed into a deputy's vehicle and then drove away from the scene. A spokesperson for the Dane County Sheriff's Office said the deputy was driving in the roundabout where County Highway N and I-90 meet when the other driver allegedly failed to yield to the deputy before T-boning him. The 29-year-old deputy was taken to a local hospital and is expected to recover. The 55-year-old Illinois man was arrested on tentative charges of operating while intoxicated, hit and run, and resisting and obstructing.
Madison Metro is completely updating its service starting Sunday, June 11th. 11th, and they have people to help navigate the changes called ride guides. Over 50 ride guides will fan out around the city to help the public navigate the route and scheduling changes. Metro has not had such a major change to its routes and schedules in more than 25 years. Metro claims this redesigned service will also help them get ready for the new bus rapid transit system that launches next year.
We're doing this because we know that a friendly face can make all the difference when you're navigating change. And so we're very proud to partner with Each One Teach One to make this hands-on service available, as well as to tap into existing community resources like RSVP's Bus Buddy program, which already has been helping seniors understand and navigate the Metro system.
Ride guides will be out on the streets on the first day of the new service to help people get to where they need to go as efficiently as possible. You can plan your trip now at mymetrobus.com or using the Google Maps or Transit apps. Well, it's must-pass legislation, but it now faces a rocky future.
Just today, we learned Republicans in the Capitol can't agree on how to fund local governments. Political reporter Will Keneally has more. Will.
Yeah, so we didn't think that we would be here today if you asked us yesterday about this plan to fund local governments. The state assembly worked late into the night last night to hammer out a deal between Republicans in the chamber and the Democratic governor. But this also has to pass the state Senate. And Senate Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu says that he is not on board with what his assembly colleagues put forward.
I mean, I know he wanted a final bill, and we talked about if there were still negotiations to be done, that we could make some changes in the Senate and send it, bounce it back to him. But I had no idea that a line was going to be drawn in the sand yesterday afternoon.
LeMahieu wants to make some changes dealing with a referendum issue in Milwaukee. Now, the governor yesterday said that he supports more negotiation, and that was re-upped today when his spokesperson said that the governor supports LeMahieu's call to stay at the negotiating table. But Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says that is a no-go. Any changes made in the state Senate will not be signed off on in the state assembly, putting the future of this local funding in question. Reporting from the Capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Will. The Henry Vila Zoo has faced years of scrutiny over animal welfare and workplace misconduct allegations. Multiple investigations last year turned up empty, but new allegations by a former employee who just left are putting the Dane County Zoo in the hot seat once again. Tonight at 6, investigative reporter Braden Ross shares those concerns and how the zoo is responding.
The national debate over transgendered rights is picking up momentum this week in state houses across the country.
More than a dozen states have already enacted laws restricting gender-affirming care for minors, with more poised to follow. Danya Backus has the latest.
Rejecting weeks of loud protest, Texas lawmakers voted to ban transgender medical care for minors.
That was an incredibly hard moment for our community.
If signed into law, it would make Texas the largest state so far to approve bans on gender-affirming care. At least 17 others have already enacted laws, and several more are poised for action this week. In Florida, Republican Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill on Wednesday banning hormone treatments and surgery for transgender people under 18.
This will permanently outlaw the mutilation of minors. It will outlaw the surgical procedures and experimental puberty blockers for minors.
In April, Montana passed its bill in the glare of the national spotlight after a transgender lawmaker was barred from the floor of the state's House of Representatives after insisting Republicans would have blood on their hands.
I was speaking to the real consequences of the votes that we as legislators take in this body.
Some of the bluer states are working to protect the LGBTQ community. Michigan has a new law against discrimination, and Democrats there are pushing for a ban on conversion therapy, which aims to reorient a person's sexuality. Another battle in the culture wars that continue to sweep the nation. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
The Texas House also voted to restrict transgender athletes from competing in college sports based on gender identity.
There is optimism from congressional leaders that a deal on the debt ceiling could be reached before Congress gets back to work on Monday. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy says negotiators need to strike a deal soon in order to work a bill through Congress to raise the debt ceiling before the June 1st deadline. McCarthy said they're making progress, and he praised the professionalism of the White House negotiating team.
We're not there. We haven't agreed to anything yet, but I see the path that we could come to an agreement. And I think we have a structure now, and everybody's working hard. And I mean, we're working 2 or 3 times a day, then going back, getting more numbers.
The negotiations are currently making progress. As Speaker McCarthy has said, he expects the House will vote next week if an agreement is reached, and the Senate would begin consideration after that.
Some Senate Democrats would like to see the president skip Congress and pay the debt anyway. In a draft letter, they say 14th Amendment of the Constitution clearly states the validity of the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned. But Republicans call the idea ridiculous. 2 construction workers are unaccounted for after a massive fire in North Carolina. The fire started Thursday morning at an apartment building under construction in Charlotte. There are many businesses in the area, and several people took video of the intense flames. At one point, part of the building collapsed. Construction workers say there were about 100 people on the scene at the time. One worker got stuck in a crane at the site. Firefighters sprayed the crane with water until it was safe for the man to climb down. He was not seriously hurt.
This afternoon, the Wisconsin DHS released a new report on an infant death in the state. Data from the DHS Maternal and Infant Mortality Prevention Unit show Wisconsin's overall infant mortality rate, which represents the number of infant deaths per 1,000 live births, was 5.7 for 2019 to 2021. However, the data shows troubling disparities, with non-Hispanic Black infants 3 times more likely to die before their first birthdays than non-Hispanic white infants.
Many of these inequities have been pretty persistent over time, and that's why looking into reports like this wonderful perinatal periods of risk assessment, where we look at specific areas that we can target to eliminate these inequities, are so important.
During 2019 through 2021, the infant mortality rate for American Indian or Alaska Native infants was 1.5 times the rate for non-Hispanic white infants.
Well, a local company that manufactured the lighting and rigging for The Lion King had an opportunity to tour the set this afternoon before seeing the show. ETC's lighting equipment has been a cornerstone of The Lion King production since its Broadway opening in 1997. Today, the company closed down its global headquarters in Middleton, as well as its manufacturing facility in Mazomanie for the afternoon. The company sent 716 staff members to the show.
It's a great show, too.
Yeah, wouldn't it be nice to just shut her down and go to see a show?
Yeah, he ain't lying.
You're right. Well, here's your chance to help Madison's environment and some nature to your yard.
We're talking about rain gardens, and we'll show you how you can get one started when Live at 4 continues.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Planning a remodel? Don't toss your cabinets, furniture, and appliances. Donate to Habitat Restore. Your items stay out of landfills while proceeds create housing solutions for hardworking families. Build a stronger community with Habitat Restore of Dane County.
Time to claim independence from winter and get outside for the first festival of the season, Sittin' to My in Stoughton. It's a weekend full of festival favorites like cream puffs, corn on the cob, and cotton candy. It's the first festival of the season, Sittin' to My in Stoughton.
As a veteran of our country's armed services, you have already made the ultimate sacrifice. Through no fault of your own, you may be experiencing hardships, such as the inability to pay rent, utilities, or receive other life-sustaining services. The Veterans Rental Assistance Program was created by and for people living in Wisconsin. No Wisconsin veteran should ever have to face homelessness or lose heat, power, or water again.
At the Spectrum Lab, we're bringing you the best in connectivity with Spectrum One. Get Spectrum Internet with the fastest speeds in the nation, so you always have enough speed for all your devices.
Plus, advanced Wi-Fi delivering state-of-the-art security and privacy.
Plus, Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data on a reliable nationwide network.
Get Spectrum One with Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month, plus advanced Wi-Fi, plus your first line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, free for 12 months. Call 833-792-4999. Visit Spectrum.com or Spectrum Store today.
FlexSteel is furniture that comforts, furniture for living, furniture with a heart of steel. Save big during our FlexSteel authorized sale, going on now at Waunakee Furniture, ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Well, people are calling a Michigan teenager a hero after he used a slingshot to stop a stranger from abducting his younger sister in the family's own backyard.
Owen Burns says he had just returned home from school and started playing video games when he heard his sister's cry for help. The 13-year-old sprang into action, shooting the would-be kidnapper with a slingshot as he tried to kidnap the 8-year-old girl.
I grabbed my slingshot and opened the window, and I grabbed two things, a marble and a graveled rock or something.
It was disbelief that a young man could successfully shoot a person twice with a slingshot and their sister was able to get away.
Good aim.
Yeah.
Michigan State Police say Owen struck the suspect in the head and chest, allowing his sister to get away. They tracked the 17-year-old down to a gas station bathroom with, you got it, slingshot wounds. He now faces several charges, including attempted kidnapping.
Sounds like a plot of a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Rideshare giant Uber has announced several updates and new features, including rides that will allow teens under the age of 18 to travel by themselves for the first time. The company says parents can create the accounts for their teens to help them get to sports practices and other activities. The rides will include live tracking, an audio recording feature, and an option for parents to contact the driver directly to monitor the trips in progress.
It's got safety built in from the start to the finish. We get the best drivers who are the most experienced, who have the best ratings. At the beginning of the ride, there's a PIN code that the teen has and the driver has. They've got to match so that you make sure you're in the right car.
The teen accounts will be available in select cities in the U.S. and Canada starting on May 22nd. Uber also announced other new features, including an option for a car seat if you're traveling with a younger child, a new group grocery feature, and an option to request a ride over the phone.
Stocks closed higher amid debt ceiling talks. The Dow Industrials gained 115 points, closing at 33,535. The Nasdaq added 188 points, and the S&P 500 was up 39. Well, the city of Madison has a goal of creating 1,000 rain gardens. It's trying to raise awareness during the growing season to help educate residents about the benefits of a rain garden.
All summer long, with the help of the Madison's engineering department, we're going to take you step by step on how you can create your own rain garden.
Today it's Rain Garden 101. Phil Gabler is an engineer with the city's Stormwater Division, joining us from the site on the east side. Phil, thanks for being with us today.
Oh, hi there.
Hi, Phil.
So, it was a little loud here. The jet was flying over.
So let's start at the basics. What is a rain garden?
So, as I'm standing next to a rain garden right now, this is in my front yard, and a rain garden is basically a garden in your yard that has a shallow depression instead of being mounded up.
And so how does that help a homeowner then?
So with the rain garden, you want to make sure you have a source of water. And here we have a downspout that then routes into a little stream and into the rain garden itself. And What that does is it allows that water to slow down, soak into the ground. It doesn't carry any of its pollutants out into the road, so it can help reduce flooding, especially during small storms. And it lets water soak in the ground. And then we plant rain gardens with native plants that can survive these somewhat harsher conditions. And that is great habitat and food for pollinators.
Does it have to be in your front yard, or can it be anywhere on your property?
It can be anywhere in your property. You just have to be careful that it meets a few requirements, right? You want to keep it 10 feet from your foundation. And most importantly, you want to make sure that if your rain garden fills up all the way, that when it spills over, that water has a place to go that isn't your basement or your neighbor's basement. You know, be a good neighbor and protect yourself.
That always helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Well, I see you have your shovel. Do you have something that you want to show us?
Yes, I wanted to go through the 5 pieces you need. This is the minimum, the 5 tools you need to build a rain garden. So first off, you're digging a hole, so you're going to need a shovel. I'm going to set this down. You're going to take some measurements. So you're going to want to have your tape measure. And you're going to be working in dirt, so you're going to want to have gloves. And then last, you're going to want to have a level. This is called a line level, and it's a really small little tool you can put on a line. You can also set it on a board. And the last tool I have in my toolkit is just a good old 8-foot 2x4. And you're like, well, what are we going to do with that, right? So if we come down here, you can set that across your rain garden and then use your level, which we just talked about. And once you get that level, you can then measure down, and you can see how deep the water is going to pond in your rain garden. So here we're at about 5.5, 6 inches, which is a good beginner depth. The depth of your rain garden depends on a couple things: how much roof area drains to it, and then also how fast your soils drain. I'm on really sandy soil, so this drains very fast. I could have had this a foot deep, but I'm kind of constrained on space. And a good rule of thumb for how much drainage area: every 10 feet of roof or 10 feet of driveway that you have going into a rain garden, you want to have 1 square foot of rain garden on the bottom.
Oh, that's good to know. All right, and call Digger's Hotline before you do any digging, right?
Yep, also if you're digging a hole over 8 inches, you're going to want to dig down. Now you'll see here this rain garden is just getting established. I built this last fall. For reference, it took me about 4 hours, but I was moving quick and didn't have to get rid of a lot of sod. This rain garden over here was the first one I built, and it is now 10 years old or a little bit older. And you can see it has really become established. These plants are the same plants that are in my rain garden, except that they now have become fully established. They green up faster in the spring, and in 3 years, that rain garden I planted last fall will look like this at about the same time frame.
Yeah, that is great. All right, next month we're going to decide what plants to put in the ground. Is that right?
Yep, we're going to go through that next time.
All right, we'll see you then, Phil. Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting.
I like how approachable that is.
Yeah.
You know, you can do it at home when you have some time.
Just get aboard. Still to come at 4, the sunken Titanic like we've never seen before.
And wait until you see these new computer-generated 3D images coming up after Jacob's first warn forecast.
This is it. Our biggest mattress sale of the year is heating up at Ashley. Come see the newest iComfort Eco and save up to $800. And 6-year special financing with no money down. Plus, guaranteed best offers on Beautyrest, Tempur-Pedic, and Purple mattresses. Only at Ashley.
Family is just very important. She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy meant treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Here's your parachute.
Certain it's okay? Are you 4imprint certain? Certainty matters, so congratulate coworkers or say thank you with promotional products from 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
These are the faces that smile so wide at the friends and staff who are by their side, where life is lived with a feeling of pride on every bump of life's great ride that comes from the care that sweetens the air that lives in the house that angels built. Attic Angel Community, independent homes and 4 levels of assisted living built with the help of angels.
The savings do not get better than this. Ashley's Memorial Day sale starts now. Holiday doorbusters like this 3-piece sectional start at just $25 a month with 6-year special financing store-wide. Only at Ashley.
Well, take a look at this. Caught on camera, an Iowa police officer took a ride on the hood of a speeding car while attempting to stop a fleeing suspect. Police officer Patrick McCarthy was trying to issue a warrant to Dennis Glider Jr. Things turned sideways, and the officer ended up on the roof of the car with his gun drawn. The car reached speeds of up to 50 miles an hour before McCarthy is flung from the hood. The officer suffered some back injuries, but is recovered. The driver ended up behind bars.
On this day, May 18th, 1969, Apollo 10 launched from Florida as the 4th crewed mission in the Apollo program. NASA described the mission as a dress rehearsal for the first moon landing, with the crew rehearsing all the steps of what would be Apollo 11's mission, excluding the lunar touchdown, stay, and liftoff. The mission transmitted the first live color television transmissions to Earth, which began 3 hours after launch when Apollo 10 was 3,570 miles from Earth. I just read, too, fun fact, that some of the Peanuts characters were used as call signs for it.
Yeah.
Like Snoopy, Charlie Brown,
Right.
the unofficial.
Exactly, right.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
It's also kind of crazy how we haven't been back to the moon in how many years now? I know that isn't there like a mission plan to go back?
Yeah, there is a plan, yeah.
But it'll be the first time in like, what, I don't know the exact number. I just know it's been a long time.
It has been a long time, so
yeah.
Head back there and then maybe on to Mars one day.
Yeah, maybe. Probably at some point.
Not in my lifetime.
Well, we're going to see some rain tonight, but we'll see nice weather return for the weekend. All the details will be right after the break.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
This is how legends are. 2024 Chevy Silverado HD with Duramax diesel. And the Chevy Silverado with powerful TurboMax engine. No matter what route you take, there's a Chevy truck to get you there. Find new roads. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 LT TurboMax pickups, or current Chevy owners get $5,250 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Fry Construction is celebrating 28 years with a big anniversary sale. Join us to save 28%. That's right, 28%. Many of your neighbors already know how we strive to meet and exceed expectations with each and every project. That's why they voted us Best Roofer 3 years in a row. Experience the best of Madison for yourself with Fry Construction. Act now for 28% off gutters or insulation with any full roofing project. Schedule your free consultation today at fryconstruction.com.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, here are the 3 things that you need to know. We are going to see those showers tonight, but most of the rain will happen after sunset. But then the sunshine will return for the weekend with highs in the 70s and 80s are expected for much of next week, definitely by the end of the week. Now, right now, we are seeing some showers. Let me go back one moment. We are seeing some showers in the northwestern portion of the state. There are some small thunderstorms, but there is the chance for some severe weather tonight with a marginal risk northwest of Dane County, but it wouldn't surprise me if there is a severe thunderstorm or 2 across Madison's area. But the strongest storms will be off to the northwest. Just a marginal risk. Large hail, damaging winds, maybe even an isolated tornado are possible during the early overnight hours. So here's a look at future track. The greatest chance for severe weather will be around 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. to the northwest of Madison. And as we head into the overnight hours, the later we get, the less likely there will be severe weather. But rain will eventually make its way into Madison during the overnight hours. The greatest chance for rainfall will be between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. for Madison. And then by sunrise tomorrow morning, most of the showers will have cleared out of the area. Some southern counties could see some lingering rain, maybe even some thunderstorms, but the heaviest rain will be during the overnight hours. And then by tomorrow afternoon, we are looking to see sunny skies again, but temperatures are going to be a bit chilly, kind of what they were yesterday, because we're going to see that wind coming out of the northwest, bringing in some cold air. So high temperatures may only be in the lower 60s for tomorrow. As far as precipitation goes, we're not expected to see a ton, but there could be some isolated larger amounts for those that see some heavy rain within thunderstorms. So overall, about 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 inch of rainfall for Madison, including places up north and west as well. Like I mentioned, it's mostly what's going to dictate the rainfall will mostly be where the thunderstorms pop tonight. Now, as far as the temperature forecast for tomorrow, as I mentioned, we are going to be a bit colder with highs only in the lower 60s. We could see some showers in the morning. It's also going to be a bit breezy tomorrow, but then we are going to be very nice for the weekend with high temperatures in the 70s. For the most part, complete sunshine. Winds aren't going to be too bad either. Looking at the 7-day forecast, we're going to continue to see some sunshine for a lot of next week, and we also are going to get into the 80s. Possibly mid-80s by the end of the week. There is a small chance of some storms to end the week as well, but it's pretty unclear, pretty far in advance. But the 80s definitely look like pretty certain that those are going to happen. So for those of you that enjoy the warm weather, we are going to see that later next week. Now, we are still doing our umbrella contest, and if you want to submit a photo, you can to the email address on screen, firstwarn@wisc-tv.com, or through the weather app. These can be any kind of weather-related photos, and the weather team here will select a photo, and if your photo is selected, you will win a First Warn weather umbrella, and we are still giving away umbrellas until May 26th, so there are still several chances to win, and we will announce a new winner every weekday at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Probably not going to need those tonight unless you're out, around midnight, but for the most part, it's going to be during the overnight hours.
You're just getting home by then.
I know, so I need one.
All right, thank you.
You do, yeah.
A new 3D scan of the wreckage of the Titanic is letting us see the world's most famous ocean liner in a new way.
Bradley Blackburn has the images and how they could lead to new answers about its demise.
The ghostly wreckage of the Titanic has never been more clear. The first full 3D scan shows every angle, from the rusted bow to the captain's bridge and wheelhouse.
You call this a digital twin of the ship?
Yeah, this is something we're not used to because it's new technology. All these scans together allow us to put together an absolute digital replica in every detail, every rivet of the Titanic. And that's extraordinary.
It was created with 700,000 images captured by remote-controlled subs last summer. The scan eliminates the distortion of the murky water, showing the full scale of the shipwreck and small details like the serial number on a propeller. It could also offer new clues about the disaster that claimed more than 1,500 lives. Come on! Even Hollywood's most famous depiction was based on assumptions of how the ship broke apart.
We don't even know if she hit it along the starboard side, as shown in all the movies. She might have grounded on the iceberg. And this photogrammetry model is one of the first major steps to driving the Titanic story toward evidence-based research and not speculation.
Time is running out because the wreckage is deteriorating rapidly in the deep sea. But this 3D scan now freezes the Titanic in time again. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And the creators of the scan are working on a documentary film exploring their findings.
It could be released next year. Isn't that something?
It's kind of disturbing in a way.
I think that's in our nature. We want to have the answers of what exactly happened.
Yeah. Well, coming up next here on Live, before we take you back to 1985 for a very unusual dairy farm. A lot more than cows there.
Ooh, and then at 5, Dane County is helping to kickstart the River Food Pantries expansion project. We'll find out a little bit more about that at 5.
What's at the top of your home improvement list? Did you say better insulation? Because better insulation makes everything you do in your home better. Even just walking in the front door on a hot day. So get ready for summer now with USA Premium Foam. It keeps the hot air out, the cool air in, and your electric bills lower.
And right now during Home Improvement Month, our labor is free. You pay for the foam, and we'll put it in for free. But that ends May 31st.
USA Insulation.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
The new T-Box event and dining room with private bar is there waiting for you at Vitense Golfland. 2 large HD TVs are available for viewing, meetings, and casual gatherings. Private bar is available for any type of event. No meeting can compare with adding activities at Vitense Golfland. Enjoy indoor-outdoor miniature golf suites, and golf and multi-sport simulators. Add chocolate shop ice cream. As our sign says, ice cream solves everything. Infuse life and fun into your meetings and events at Vitense Golfland.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air. Now's the time for a professional air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for cleaning carpet and hard floors, but we've been developing and perfecting our air duct cleaning process and equipment for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if it's been a while or you've never had your air ducts professionally cleaned, now's the time to call 1-800-STEAMER. Call or go online to book a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
New at 5, a veteran at risk led police on a search and a 4-hour negotiation. Catherine Merck live in Greene County with the very latest.
Wildfire smoke will continue, but a cold front bringing some showers and a few thunderstorms tonight should begin to clear out the air on Friday. The weekend should be sunny and dry with mild temperatures. At 5, I'll let you know when summer warmth will arrive.
And ahead at 6, a potentially dead bill could wreak havoc for Wisconsin cities in desperate need of funding. We look at what remains of the blown-up shared revenue plan tonight at 6.
Given the weather satellite a spin, we end up in Denver, Colorado. This is the Ball Arena where they're going to be playing Game 2 of the NBA championship, whatever it is. NBA, what?
Sports ball. Looks like they're
the Western Conference Finals.
You could have said anything, and I would have said sure. Go sports.
Dairy Farm.
Okay, dairy farms dot the countryside here in America's Dairyland.
But back in 1985, we found a dairy farm where cows took a back seat. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
Here's a site Wisconsin is famous for, a typical dairy farm. But this is Frank and Shirley Edge's farm of Grant County, and it is anything but typical.
There aren't many farms with Gigi yellow golden pheasants, or red golden ones, or...
This is the black-mute pheasant.
But Shirley and Frank Edge have gathered 14 different kinds of pheasants over the years, birds that are arguably some of the most colorful creatures on Earth. Most of them come from the Orient. Many are endangered. They are just part of the menagerie that Shirley and Frank raise and care for on their Twin Maples dairy and game farm.
We just like animals, I guess.
I guess so. There are raccoons, this is Jessie, and silver foxes and a mule. There are black African dwarf pygmy goats and bounding Siki black deer, even a rare four-horned goat.
And Bam!
And how many white-tailed deer do you know of that come when they're called?
I knew you were going to go through it. Come on. Oh, you should have broke that too.
Next, meet Art and Mandy, giant rheas, birds related to the ostrich. Mean birds that make a sound we guarantee you won't hear on any other dairy farm.
They're tame, but you don't trust them regardless of what it is, deer or anything. You got to respect them.
You respect all these animals.
Right. You don't trust them. They may be real tame, but you don't trust any of them. A wild animal is a wild animal.
There's one more unusual aspect to all this. The Edges open up their little zoo to school children free of charge.
Costs more than what we make, I guarantee you that.
Pretty expensive hobby.
Yeah, but it's a place for all of the school kids to go. There isn't any place around it. I guess about the closest would be Madison to the zoo.
Shirley and Frank do this because they like animals. They're not out to make a buck, and they welcome visitors. See? We told you this wasn't a typical place. Traveling near Mount Ida, I'm Mark Kane, News 3.
So did you have fun on that shoot?
It was a great time.
Yeah.
I don't actually remember going, but apparently it was there.
You had a smile on your face. So.
All right. Well, it's time to get your medical questions answered. Dr. Zorba Pastor, there he is standing by.
That number to call is 608-270-9933. You can pick up the phone now, and we will get your question answered when Live at 4 continues.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Known as a loving parent. Known for lessons that matter. Known for being a free spirit. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 16 types of cancer. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Depending on the type of cancer, Keytruda may be used alone or in combination with other treatments, and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
It's Stein Steinhaffel's Memorial Day sale. Right now, save up to $900 on Beautyrest adjustable base sets. Beautyrest Queen mattresses start at only $399. And when you upgrade to a Beautyrest Black, you'll get $300 in Steinhaffel's cash and a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Beautyrest Black Queen mattresses start at just $44 per month when you use Steinhaffel's special 72-month financing. Shop in-store or online at steinhaffels.com.
Did you leave the lights on?
No.
What the?
I'll go check it out.
I'm not a raccoon whisperer, but I can help you upgrade all this.
With free installation on Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing, plus no money down and no interest for 1 year. There's never been a better time to upgrade your home.
This offer ends soon. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Summer's here, and with a new Toyota, you can go out and have s'more fun. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, that's crispy. Anyone?
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care. That's the value you can expect from Toyota. Toyota, let's go places.
Here's a look at your first warned traffic. Not too many issues. There is a slowdown on the Beltline going eastbound, but no incidents are being reported. A lot of it is just rush hour traffic. Green on the interstate down south to Janesville and also up north to Wisconsin. So nothing too much to, not a lot of concerns on the first warned traffic. Back to you guys.
All right, Jacob, thank you. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a flying sofa. A piece of furniture was spotted flying from a high-rise building in the Turkish capital of Ankara. After heavy rains and storms battered the city, the sofa came from a balcony of a 35-story apartment building and disappeared among nearby buildings. Apparently, nobody is hurt by the daredevil Davenport.
You know, if that landed in the right spot, free couch.
Just perfect.
Yeah.
Just land there.
Oh,
all right,
boy.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is here now taking your medical questions at 608-270-9933. Good to see you, Zorba.
Good to see you guys.
We have an air quality alert over all of Wisconsin until midnight tomorrow. What does that mean?
Right. Well, that means if you've got emphysema, COPD, chronic lung disease, this is not the time to go out and exercise. It's really the time to stay inside. And if you do go out or have to go out, then you want to minimize that amount of time. And you probably want to wear an N95 mask because that's going to make a difference in the particulate matter that you actually breathe in. So it really is an issue. It's very important for anyone with lung disease or serious other medical problems.
Yeah, it's smoke from the Canadian wildfires.
Right, amazing. You know, we don't realize, but that's what pollution is all about. I mean, it's natural pollution.
Yep.
Right.
All right, let's go to the calls. We'll start with Al from Jefferson. Hi, Al, what's your question?
Hi, say, my wife is diabetic. My wife is diabetic, so I'm calling because she's not home from work yet. What my question is that she takes that Monjaro.
Yeah.
And they're giving it to people for weight loss. But yet on the commercials on TV every night when they show it, it said it's not for weight loss. So, and one time she couldn't even get it because they were short of it. So why are these prescribers prescribing it when it's not supposed to be for weight loss?
Well, that is a really good question. So first of all, these are a group of drugs called GLP-1 drugs. Mounjaro is one of them. Another one is Ozempic. It's not been approved by, well, it's beginning to get approved by the FDA, but not yet. And what's happening is the drugs are in short supply because they're really good drugs for diabetes. But it turns out we've discovered that they help with weight loss. And so that's the reality is they're short supply for people who really need them. There are other drugs that are on the market that your wife can take, but whether or not they should be used for weight loss in the long run is a giant question. Right now, we know a lot of that weight loss can come from your face. So there's something called Ozempic face where you begin to look old and haggard. And you may lose, you may lose weight from your buttocks or from your stomach, but when you lose it from your face, that's bad news.
Yeah, and is it ethical for doctors to subscribe that for patients?
you can prescribe a drug once it's approved for anything that's off-label. That's always been the case. And is it ethical? Yes, you can do it. Whether or not it's ethical and people know what the side effects are, that's where you have to have an individual talk with your doctor.
And insurance doesn't pay for it for the weight loss?
No, it does not pay for it in weight loss at all. It pays for it with diabetes. The drugs cost about $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. You have to take the drugs forever. Stop the drug, weight goes back on.
All right.
Next question, Barb from Portage. What's your question?
Barb, you there?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Yeah, I got one of those patches where it puts in you put something in it, and I can wear it all the time. I don't have to keep picking my finger and stuff for my blood.
Mm-hmm. For your diabetes.
Blood level.
Right. And
for my diabetes.
Right. Right.
She wants to know where she can find one.
Yeah. So, well, these are patches. They're prescriptions. They're actually a little needle that is in the patch that goes in your arm and actually measures. It's a continued glucose monitor. They're by prescription only. They're expensive, and you've got to find out whether or not your insurance or Medicare covers it.
All right. Let's go to Frank in Beloit. Hi, Frank. What's your question?
I want to find out from Dr. Zorber about my weight. I'm losing too much weight at one time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, weight loss, especially weight loss that isn't because you're actually eating less, can be from a whole bunch of things. First thing we always think about is cancer, whether or not there's cancer happening or whether or not you have something called malabsorption syndrome.
I walk about 8,000 steps every other day.
Even if you walk 8,000 steps, if you're losing weight, and it's not expected losing weight, that's the time to call your doctor, because a lot of people walk 8,000 or 10,000 steps a day and don't lose any weight at all. So it's really important, and you're one of them, right?
We are out of time. Thank you all for calling in. Zorba, thank you for your time.
A pleasure to be here.
See you in a couple weeks.
Yep.
Oh, no, next week, probably.
Next week.
Yeah, all right. Well, the final check your forecast coming up.
Time to claim independence from winter and get outside for the first festival of the season. Sitten de Mai in Stoughton. Arts and crafts fans come see quilts, hardanger, bunad's, rosemalling, and vendors. It's the first festival of the season. Sitten de Mai in Stoughton.
Postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer are living longer with Kisqali. So long live family time. Long live dreams. And long live you. Kisqali is a pill proven to help women live longer when taken with an aromatase inhibitor. And Kisqali helps preserve quality of life, so you're not just living, you're living well. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Long live hugs and kisses. Ask about Kisqali, and long live life.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party, because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more, with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party, and a sofa, and a bed, and a
Residents of Greene County were asked to shelter in place overnight as police search for a veteran at risk. Tonight at 5, how the authorities managed to safely take the man into custody after a 4-hour negotiation.
I want what is shown to the public to be what's actually happening.
A former employee of Madison's Henry Vilas Zoo makes some eye-opening claims about the zoo's animal care practices. News 3 Now investigates tonight at 6.
We'll see those scattered showers and storms tonight with low temperatures in the mid-50s, so a bit warmer than what it was last night. Tomorrow we will see temperatures cooler than today, only in the lower 60s. We'll see variable cloudiness, breezy conditions, but otherwise mostly dry. Very nice weather for the weekend and much of next week. We'll see 70s for the weekend, 80s for the middle and end of the week. We also could see some storms to end the week.
All right, Jacob, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, the news hounds, Louie and Oliver, have the top animal stories of the week.
Always so busy. And
they are busy.
We'll meet a Madison native who's returned home as part of the cast of The Lion King, now at Overture.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, you know, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy meant treating my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
Find your inspiration with Wisconsin Vision. About our $99 prescription sunglasses. Wisconsin Vision. See more life.
Ivisia Dry Eye Drops. Made with hydrating polymers, moisturizing hyaluronic acid, and revitalizing trehalose. For instant dryness relief that lasts up to 8 hours. Ivisia. We see a better way.
News 3 Now is always on.
Download the Channel 3000 app and get all of the day's top stories and exclusive video right to your phone.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
In today's Final Touch, an 1,100-year-old Hebrew Bible is one of the world's oldest surviving biblical manuscripts.
And it went on the auction block in New York last night. The Codex Sassoon, a leather-bound, handwritten parchment, contains a nearly complete Hebrew Bible. When the hammer hit, the Bible was purchased for $38 million. It was purchased by the former U.S. ambassador to Romania, Alfred Moses. Just a coincidence.
How about that? He parted his wallet.
He is donating the Bible to a museum of the Jewish people in Tel Aviv, where it will be put on display. It's believed that the Bible was fabricated sometime between 880 and 960 AD. It's got its name in 1929 and was purchased by David Solomon Sassoon, a son of an Iraqi Jewish business magnate who filled his London home with collectibles of Jewish manuscripts.
That is a conversation starter.
There it is.
For what, 38 million you said?
38 million, yeah. For a book.
You know.
That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.